Hey folks, how y'all doing? This is Con. We're coming to you with another episode of XCOM Campaigning Classically. As I've mentioned before, this is a entirely Ironman game, which means we are kind of flying by the seat of our pants here.
Big Sky in position on approach of the abduction site.
As you will see,
Strike 1 is awaiting drop clearance.
our sniper needs to be updated with a sub name, but other than that, we actually are bringing along Ferrathos, our first sergeant. Captain Amazing 323, who is our lovely little support in this particular mission, and Jane Farstrider, who's an assault packing a flashbang. We are in the middle of Russia right about now, and I have to admit, I'm sure the locals are not going to be as friendly as I want them to be.
On my way.
I also can't wait for that stupid sniper to get something like Snapshot.
Good to go.
Which one of my snipers get way more active in my games.
Rolling.
Oh yay, today we get to deal with floaters. And with that sound, also we're going to head our way over to our relative west to pick up the meld. Because getting that early meld just makes it feel so good
I'm on
inside.
it, Commander. Visual on the goods.
We have 2 turns to get to it, so we definitely have to book it. Okay.
Aye, aye, Commander.
You know, the last video I was talking a little bit about what my favorite sci-fi universe was, and then I kind of trailed off and we started hitting technological issues. And you'll have to please excuse me if I seem a little bit distracted over here as well, but I would really prefer that I don't have anybody die funny like that. Let's see, she can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. So about there she should be okay. So if I go all the way out over here, she should be fine too, right? Right, let's do it. So about my favorite sci-fi universes out there.
Shh. You hear that?
No, I didn't. I was too busy worrying about the little juicy meld I'm going to be picking up here.
Got it.
Cool. You know what? As a kid, I have to admit, I was always this giant Star Wars nerd. Giant Star Wars nerd. I mean, you can ask my siblings, you can ask my parents. It's one of those things like, you know, books out the wazoo. And then the prequels came out, and I was like, wait a second. I mean, special effects, don't get me wrong, ridiculously good. But at the same time, everything started to die. It was like, okay, here's all the cool stuff that made it really great, and now it's, you know, bleh. Now, that's not to go and just whiz all over however good Star Wars Force Awakens might be, and by the time I post this video, I probably will have seen the movie. But at the same time, the prequels took something that was glorious and wonderful and fantastic and kind of turned it into Drek. And I'm not a big fan of Drek in my life. If I have some kind of nonsense, I just want to get rid of it, move on, and get on with it.
We'll go.
So I admit I started to turn to things like... I admit, for one, I've never been a Star Trek fan. I have watched the movies. I think that for what the movies are, they're fantastic. Or, you know, most of them for the most part. But I've never thought to myself, man, Star Trek, excuse me. I love the mythology. I love the idea. It was always a little bit too kind of like, not hand-holdy, but it was almost too hopeful. There was no darkness to it. It was never like, okay, well, something bad might happen. I mean, you always knew that the good guy was going to win in the end. You always knew that something was going to happen. And to the same degree, you can kind of say the same thing about Star Wars.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Although I admit I've always felt more in common with the Empire than the Rebel Alliance, so take that with a grain of salt, I suppose.
Okay.
The fact that we haven't run into anybody on this map so far kind of freaks me out a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, it was very much one of those things where, you know, you look at all of the not hopeful lines or narratives.
If I had to hazard a guess, Based
great.
on its profile, I'd say the aliens developed this unit with the intention of tracking and isolating single targets. It appears to have a sophisticated evasion system as well.
Perhaps we should try to avoid those tentacles.
But I want to get hit by the tentacles. Anyway. So, I mean, the first step in this entire process is that you kind of start, I guess, in my mind, with,
They got me flanked.
Thank you. You kind of start with something like Star Wars or Star Trek as a child because, you know, it's that storybook idea. It's like, you know, and, you know, there's good versus evil. In the end, good will always win. But, you know, you get kind of older and you think to yourself, man, you know, there's kind of missing something. There's something that's just not possible about each of these universes. And I'm cheating right now to do something real quick. I'm trying to find that other seeker. And the best way to do that is by trying to move to a square and not being able to move there. Oh well, it's gonna be too much like work. I'm gonna try to make my way over to that meld, which is gonna be a beast to try to pick up. But we'll try to do it anyway.
Solid copy.
No, but getting
Visual
older, I
EMP
have.
inside.
Oh, we're definitely not getting the last one. Especially not now. Actually, might be better if everybody pulled back again.
Wilco.
%. Okay, Sectoids really shouldn't be able to get up over those walls. At best, they're going to be shooting up elevated. Yeah, backing up's a better idea. Getting older, though, I have to admit, I became more and more a fan of stuff like Warhammer, well, 40k, I suppose, just, you know, straight Warhammer. Mostly because there was just kind of this, not pessimism to it, but there was a certain cynicism, and every single group was flawed. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Imperium is supposed to be this laudable thing, like, okay, oh my gosh, you know, the Imperium of man has endured for 1,000 years, kind of thing. Oh dear God, how did that happen? Alright, that's cool, and yet so uncool at the same time. We're gonna see real quick who can see what, and how much damage we can do with them.
I'm on it, Commander.
But every single race in the 40k universe is essentially flawed. Everybody has like their heroes, and at the same time they're all disgustingly immoral. Maybe I'll just rocket them to death. Save myself a little bit of the issue. You know what, I'll give a chance to people actually picking up some kills. 65%. Might as well go for the headshot. Atta girl. Like, I mean, you look at like the fun races like the orcs, for example, with their kind of crazy sense of not morality, but more of you know, red things going faster, or excuse me while I'm trying to get these guys pegged with a rocket, or believing that fighting makes you stronger, kind of thing, like goofy and comical at the same time. But you also have to look at stuff like the Eldar, which are space elves for one, but at the same time also these kind of flawed creations, these people who basically have absolutely no real appreciation for life outside their own species. Please kill him. Dude, he's like 3 feet from you. And Doyle's gonna go right back into sickbay. Dang it. It's frustrating. Just pretend Overwatch, why not?
Okay.
Still another that's a sectoid I was looking for. That's fine, she missed. That works for me. He's not gonna be able to move up, so I'll just kind of put myself into Overwatch. You can reload. I don't don't know. I guess my question is kind of trying to find out from you guys what your favorite sci-fi universes are out there. I'm willing to take, you know, Star Wars, Star Trek, all that kind of stuff, but I'm really hoping for maybe some more unique ideas. You know, E.E. Doc Smith with The Lensman. Good shot. Dude, for the record, I'd like to point out the fact that Aaron Doyle was just strangled, and she's like, you know what? I don't care. Boss. There goes somebody. Sounds like
Moving to
Finman, too.
position.
Hey, somebody's flanked. I really want to shoot at that guy. But you know, like the Lensman trilogy, for example. I mean, it's stuff that's just a little bit different and just a little bit out there, I guess. I'll see if I can... Dude, actually, if I can pick up this guy with Ferrithos, that'd make my life a little bit easier. No, of course not.
Missed the target.
2 for 1. Oh my god. Flanking himself, not a good idea. What if I can go here or see anybody? No, not good. Back around the corner. Someone over here is going to take some fire this turn. Somebody else is going to move because they're flanked, but, yeah. Jeez. She's going to take some hits, though. Oh, wow. Cool. I guess my point is I want to hear some of your guys' thoughts here. I'm going to take XCOM, things like that. You know, go ahead, give me a little bit of an idea. What makes you guys kind of get up and watch your sci-fi in the morning, or whenever you really watch it, of course. But you know, what is your bag, so to speak?
Heading there now.
However, in the meantime, maybe Doyle can continue to be a boss. She can.
He's down.
You, sir, are going to take a turn to just reload everything. And there's the Thin Man I was worried about. The plus side, I have a rocket. And I will take great pleasure in using it. Of course, I can't use it, though, because I am out of line of sight.
Heading to that location.
People, fall back.
Rock and roll.
Headed there now. Back in.
With the meld on the map already picked up, there's absolutely no reason for us to go and be aggressive about this.
I'm rolling.
Probably could have taken a shot. Probably would have been better for me to do that too, but I'm not going to worry about that right now.
Reloaded.
Yeah, that was kind of a long shot in the first place, so we'll figure it out.
They're moving around the side.
What if I could safely sneak up here? Well, sneak is kind of a relative term. Okay, one dude picked up. Let's stick you on Overwatch. We'll stick you on Overwatch. And you also could go on Overwatch. Because I guess that other Thin Man's going to charge me. Good enough. 3 chances. There we go. Good job, guys.
Operational objectives completed.
Wow, that actually went a lot better than I thought it would. So no one got hurt. Half the meld, and all the aliens down. Good show, everyone. Let's get out of Moscow. Okay. Oh, actually, oh no, she got attacked by this. Oh, that's why. Okay. That's fine. She's actually now not going to be just a complete and total moron. Here's what I wanted. Okay. This is always kind of a pain for me the first time I played through this game. And I was like, okay, well, you know, is it better to be someone who can move and shoot, or do you want squad sight? So I think what I actually might do is just do squad sight, and I can start perching around in the middle of nowhere and just start laying down the law from the great distance. You know, Ferrithos continues to kind of be a boss. However, this one's kind of a no-brainer in my mind. I mean, rapid reaction is good. I mean, second reaction shot, that's good and all that kind of thing, and if you're on Overwatch, but the first reaction shot has to be a hit. So might as well do heat ammo, and when I start getting things like Sectoids, I'm already ahead of the game. But she's wounded for 8 days. We got a ton of other stuff out of this, though. And, yeah. So, we got Irana, was it Irana Petrova? I don't know. We'll figure that out.
We will be in touch, Commander.
And, of course, everyone in the mother's freaking out right now. We're probably going to lose Argentina and, you know, Brazil. But we will keep Canada. You know, I really like sometimes the philosophical thing he talks about. Yeah, I know. But at the same time, it gets really, really frustrating really, really quickly. Which is pretty much why I skip through it as soon as possible.
Commander, the Council is requesting your attention. Secure transmission coming in now.
Alright. This is the beginning of the Prodigy sphere of missions. Which is fine, don't get me wrong. But this is the beginning of kind of a little bit of an awkward bit.
We look forward to seeing your progress.
So I'm gonna get a squad together. My guess I'll probably bring Petrova with us, and probably bring a couple other lower ranked individuals to kind of get them buffed. Sorry, Captain Amazing, you're not coming on this one. But when we come back, we will be tackling the Council mission, which is not a fun one to go through, but yet one that we have to put up with just because. So folks, this is Con Ulrich signing off, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.